Got to realize, chosen ones, empaths, you weigh a lot more heavy on the mind of the narcissist than you think. A lot of you believe you're insignificant. They painted such an illusion. You don't believe that you're weighing heavy on their head. You're dragging them down, you know? They can't stop thinking about you, yeah? They can't stop thinking about you, and they cannot forget you. They try everything to remove you from their mind. They indulge in new relationships. They indulge in promiscuity, whether male or female. They indulge in drugs. They indulge in alcohol. They indulge in all of these things to try and block the memory of you, because you're the one that slipped away. And that's why you weigh so heavy on their head. You're the one that escaped them. Even if they discarded you. Remember, I've spoken in previous videos, go back and check them out, about how you caused, by you mirroring the narcissist, you caused the narcissist to you didn't cause it directly, but through their own misconceptions and deranged behavior, you caused the narcissist to act irrationally, more irrationally, and burst of anger and stuff, and led to the discard. A lot of it's to do with you as an empath and a chosen one through the mirroring of the behavior. But back to the point at hand, you weigh very heavy on their head, and it drags them down, you know? They can't stop thinking about you. Believe you me, wherever they are, whoever they're with, yeah, you are dragging them down, okay? I even saw a comment earlier on today that someone mentioned that the narcissist had phoned them and didn't realize they'd phoned them, and then they heard them talking with the new supply, and they wasn't happy. By the sounds of the comment, what they heard on the phone, they wasn't happy with the new supply, and I don't think the new supply was happy with them, and they were both at loggerheads, yeah? And this is the point. This is why you're the one that slipped away. Please press the like and the subscribe button, help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But you're the one that got away, and it really grates on them, you know? You're the one that forced them away. That's the way they look at it. You've got to remember that. Everything that they done to you, they blame you for it. And there is a few bits of truth to that subject, and that's what I've brought up in the previous videos about how you're mirroring, and the natural defense that God and the universe bestowed on you as a chosen one and as an empath actually repelled the narcissist and drove them to insanity. Some of them go into insanity mode, and it's not like they'll be locked up in a psych ward or an insane asylum. They won't be locked up in them places. They're normal functioning human beings in the eyes of a lot of many people, you know? They'll hold down jobs, they'll be out there, they'll be doing these things. But deep in the core of the narcissist spirit, they are deranged individuals, and they're losing their minds in the core of their spirit. So, and what's intensifying this? They were already going in this direction, but what's a major blow or injury and intensifying this is the fact that you slipped away. You're the one that got away. You have to understand. This will help you break the trauma bond. When you understand, or the demonic soul tie, as I like to call it, because that's what it is. By you having to go, this is what I mean. They're the ones that they blame you. They wish they could have made it work with you. They wish they could have sorted it out. You know, this is how they feel. They feel like, why couldn't they just been like this? And why didn't they just listen to me then? And why didn't they just do that? And this is them talking. They're directing this at you. They might not say this with words, but this is how they feel. This is what all of their outlandish behavior and childish behavior actually portrays to us, you know? Deep down in the core of them, they wanted to make it work. They wanted to make it work. And I've seen a comment actually as well. I think it was today. Yeah, today. And this was mentioning this type of behavior as well. And it's a very true point that the person made, because they've experienced this. So all of us have gone through this as a collective, you know, as chosen ones and empaths, and we've gone through this experience and we've endured it, and we're coming out brighter. Whereas the narcissist is going under, you know. It don't matter how many new suppliers that they go into with. It don't matter how many new relationships they go into. They will always have us to compare to. It don't matter if you think there's other people that are more beautiful, or other people that are more this or more that, or more this or more that. You have to understand the essence of an empath and a chosen one is stuff within us, in our soul and our spirit. A lot of chosen ones aren't too materialistic. We're not too, you know, sometimes we like to indulge in nice things and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm trying to say that we're not about the exterior. The core of a chosen one is about the spirit, about the soul, about us, about things that you cannot see with the human eye. Yeah, it's about stuff beneath the surface. And this is the stuff that grates on them. So no matter how much they go for them external factors, they try and chase whatever they can, or try lure other people into relationships, and they run into narcissists, or they run into psychopaths, or they run into these toxic individuals. Yeah, the more they try and chase this, the more they can't escape us, and we haunt them like a bad dream. You know, we weigh heavy on their heart, mind and soul. Yeah, and we don't weigh heavy on the heart like a natural weighing heavy on the heart. But it's almost like they're split personality, you know, because in one direction, what they're painting out to the world is that they're not interested in us. They're painting to the world that they don't want to be with us. They're painting to the world and friends and flying monkeys and family that they don't want to be with us. But deep in the core of their spirit, we're the only one they want to be with. They've even told us the hurtful words, and they've told us the hurtful things about how they don't want to be with us. But deep down in the real core of the subject, the real core and the essence of it all, they're really weighing heavy on their head, heart, soul, mind, and it's keeping them confined. Yeah, it's keeping them confined in a bind. Yeah, that's what's happening to them. Okay, and do you know what grates at them more? It's the fact that we've changed so much. Believe you me, if you actually sat down with the narcissist now, if it's been 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, however long it's been onwards, however long. But I believe you me, even if you sat down with them after 6 months, you would have changed so much and you would have advanced so much compared to them. So when you talk about you haven't been in touch with the narcissist for a longer period of time, you're two different people now. You're completely two different people. You've advanced so much through you going through the trenches, you know, grinding through the trenches from the bottom, from the dirt, how they left you or how you had to leave them. You know, they ground you down to your lowest. You've risen back. Even if you don't feel like you're fully healed yet, trust me, you're glowing. And this is another thing that grates on them, because they're seeing you. They're seeing your potential as well. They're not silly individuals. That's why a lot of psychopaths, narcissists are like top bankers. They're like in the top strings of society, you know. They're in the top places in society, a lot of these individuals, because they're very calculated. But they see your potential. And this is why they originally preyed on you and went with you in the first place, because they saw your potential then and they see your potential now. But the difference is they see your potential now without them. So this is what keeps them confined and bound and weighing on their head very heavily, you know. Almost like this is how they feel, you know. And I remember I used to be with a narcissist, and it used to feel like she used to joke and say, oh, it feels like there's a weight on my head, you know. There's a weight on my head, like someone's sitting on my head, like my head. This is what they used to say. And I think it was because of how I'm not blowing my own trumpet or trying to say, but it's through the own intricacies of the person who I was, you know. It was a lot for her to dig through. It was a lot for her to sort through, and it confuses them. And this is why when we shine brighter without them, and we become more enriched and fulfilled and we feel like we have more of a purpose in life than when we was with them. But this is why I say about the purpose is so important, because when you align with your purpose, you align with your meaning. And when you align with the meaning of life, this is where my journey began on the channel. If you go back to the first video, it's just what I spoke. When I speak, I just speak because I'm just a vessel to the universe or to God. That's all I am. So I speak with the subject matters that come to mind, or the downloads that you get from the heavens, or however you want to look at it, and I speak these subject matters into existence. So that's how I try and craft this channel. So hopefully the creative stream keeps flowing, and I can keep putting these videos out there into the atmosphere and into the world, and you lot can gain and disregard what you can from it, take what you can, disregard the rest. But the original video was what's the meaning to life, and this is why I say it's very crucial for you to understand the meaning to life and your purpose, and you won't stay closed-minded into the fact of the narcissist. You know, this will break your soul tie and the trauma bond. This will break the demonic soul tie, the trauma bond. And just know that you like, they're cursed. They're cursed. Messing with you, God and the universe curses them. That's why they're afflicted with your reminders of you. Think about it. You're weighing heavy on their heart, mind, soul, everything, because you're a chosen one. But also, you're weighing heavy on their mind, heart, and soul with the normal reminders in life. So the everyday things, you know, the tea you used to drink, the car you used to drive, the way you used to do your hair. Just little reminders, little reminders, you know, of you. They see you everywhere they turn. It doesn't matter where they turn, they see reminders of you. But they're also plagued with the fact, through the essence of your spirit and soul, and how you radiate of empathy and love, and how you're bestowed with blessings. This also infiltrates them throughout their body and throughout the core of their spirit, and ties them down because of what you are. So that's why, hopefully from this video and the videos that you've watched, I just want you to take a glimpse of the beauty I'm trying to paint, because even with words, I can't describe it. I only can articulate it the best I can. But you have to understand that you're blessed, and you've been bestowed with such blessings. And you've also, before the memory even come into existence, why you're here on earth, you've got a meaning why you're here, and the meaning is not the narcissist. You know, chosen people and empaths are here. We can heal others, we can help others. Yeah, we don't fully do the healing. The healing comes from within ourselves, but we can give someone a plaster or a bandage to help heal the wound. You know, that's what we can do with our words, with the way that we are. And all of you have got that in you. So that's why this channel is meant for people of that nature. It's meant for a small particular tribe of people. But just know you're weighing heavy on the heart and mind, you know. That's why I don't really care about views and stuff like that. I appreciate every one of you watching, but I don't really mind about the views, because I know that there's not a lot of real chosen ones and real empaths. There's a lot of people that pretend they are, yeah, but the real true ones will hopefully find my message, and it will resonate within their spirit. And just know that the narcissist never resonated with you. The narcissist never reciprocated what you said. But now, after all this time, you're weighing heavy on their heart and mind, and they can't forget about you. And this is when they got hit with a bombardment of reciprocation. After the discard, or after you left them, they now face the reality of what they're left with and the cards they're dealt. And believe me, they just want another hand with you. Yeah, they want another game with you. They want the dealer to play another hand and give them an opportunity to let you back in, for you to let them back in. That's what they want. But don't use that information and chase after them, or go back to them, or even make that known that I've said that. Don't tell them I've said that. don't say anything like that, because they will just use it against you. You understand? They're not straight up people. So just heal, and just know you've cursed them. You're weighing so heavy on their head. It's unbearable for them. Wherever they are, with whatever supply, that supply will never equate to you. It will never do. Yeah? It will just never will. So just know that in your heart and your spirit and your soul and your mind and everything. And trust me, everything's going to work out for you better. Just find your purpose and find some goals and head towards those goals and that purpose. And everything's going to blossom and thrive in your existence without them. Yeah? You're planting good seeds. You're walking on green pastures. Yeah? They've went over to some dusty new supply in some dusty habitat, in some dusty place. And they're confined and bound by memory of you. You know, they're confined and bound by memory of you, and they will never ever heal from this. They don't get healing like we get healing. They don't get self-help. They don't get therapy. They don't feel like, you know, they don't resonate with the therapy. Yeah, they don't have therapeutic moments in life. So anyway, just trust me. The signs, yeah, and know it's weighing heavy on their heart and their mind, yeah, their soul, everything. And just to rephrase, remember, their heart is not like your heart. So it's not like when I say something weighs heavy on your heart, you can understand what I mean, because you're an empath and you feel others' pain and you feel others' suffering and stuff like that. They don't feel your suffering, they don't feel your pain. It's a self-absorbed, heavy heart pain. Very self-absorbed and about themselves, you know? Almost like a crying toddler. That's what it is. If we bring subject truth to the light, that's what it is. It's just a crying toddler, yeah? Or a baby throwing his toys out the pram. So I know they're cliche things, but that's what it is, yeah? So this goes on through the course of their life, yeah, for the rest of their lives. This goes on and on and on. It intensifies and gets worse. They go in a relationship, they break up again. Even if they stay together with someone for a long period of time, they're very miserable. And all they do is think about you. You become the golden X. You have to understand what the golden X is. And perhaps I should make another video about that topic, but I'll just touch on it a little bit. You are the golden X now to them. Okay? They can't get better than you. So they actually start to paint you as the golden X to the new supply, in hopes and a means to try and turn the new supply into you, to get them to be meeting the criteria that you used to fulfill. Yeah, that's what they try and do with the new supply, and it never works. They're moving like Dr. Frankenstein, trying to create a monster. I know, like, you know, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna create a monster. Like, that's what they're gonna do by trying to shape, control everything. But you see, when they done that with you, an empath, a chosen one, it didn't work like that. You didn't turn into a monster. You turned more beautiful. Yeah? Just like a butterfly in its cocoon at first. Yes, they cut you off from the world. They cut you off from the friends. They put you in a small, confined space. And I'm speaking figuratively, but they put you in this space where they cut off all supply, all of your, not supply, but all of your close family, your friends, the way you used to think, they, you know. But after that, you blossom into a beautiful butterfly, and this is what happens. So they can't keep you bound forever. Whereas these lot, over time, and as further time goes on, they don't grow in age gracefully. Yeah, they go off like milk. Yeah, you're like wine that with time you grow better with age. Yeah, you grow in age gracefully. These lot are finished. Yeah, but also in their minds they're finished. Yeah, exterior they're finished, inside they're finished, and they will never forget you. Yeah, you were that point in their life, and you were that blessing that God or the universe sent their way for a test on them, to see how they handle you, to see if they give you the love that you deserve, to see if they, do you see what I mean? This is what it's about. Okay, and they failed. They did not meet the standard. They did not repent from their ways. They did not change their ways. Okay, they stayed with the same mindset. So now, this is why you're weighing heavy on their heart and mind, because after they get a realization, they finally reciprocate afterwards what you said. They'll remember things that they used to do, and they'll be in split minds about it, which tears them up. Not split minds from a heartfelt moment, but split minds from a self-absorbed feeling of not being able to decipher between the two. Meaning you and the way they used to look at you, or the way they used to treat you. They can't decipher the two. And this split mind gives them severe problems. So when they're trying to function looking after children, or they're trying to function in a new relationship or a new job, or whatever venture they're partaking in life, this is a curse for them that will forever haunt them and weigh heavy on their mind. And they will never, ever, ever, ever get over you. And when you understand this, that these narcissists aren't this big, cool, calm, collective superhero that has no feelings and can masquerade through life and destroy everything in its way. No, it's not the case. They're like a child. And believe you me, they're the biggest child of all after losing you. Whether you got discarded or whether they had to terminate with you. That separation took place from a divine intervention, and God saved you, the universe saved you and separated you from that toxic individual. It was out of their control, out of their comprehension what was happening, but believe you me, they're reciprocating and comprehending it now. So don't ever confront them with these words. Don't ever try and articulate this back to them and try and express this back to them, because they will never admit it. They will never understand. But you just need to look for the signs of it happening, because there's signs there when you dig a little deeper in how they were acting. It's little hoovers, little this, little that. There's tendencies, there's underruling tendencies and signs that they're destroyed. And that's all you need, because God's just giving you a glimpse. If you saw the whole picture, you would probably empathize with them. And that's why we don't see the whole picture. And it's best we cut away. We don't want to see them. We don't want to communicate with them. We don't want to move. You know what I mean? And just know that you won. It's a beautiful thing. And it was hidden and encryptically woven in, where you don't see the picture, the brighter picture, because you're looking through the lens of the way they painted the world. But the world is beautiful, and the way karma works and the way that things work out, it doesn't matter if they created a whole smear campaign. You know the truth in your heart, and this is the truth. It don't matter if other people don't understand. Only other narcissistic abuse survivors will understand exactly what we're talking about, and other empaths and other chosen ones will understand what we're talking about, and we can reason with each other and resonate with one another, reciprocate what we're saying, and we can do that, yeah, as a collective. These lot are not part of that, and we're moving forward. So anyway, I've gone on way too long, but I'll leave the video there. Please